Hey guys, so my name is Batul. I make like vlogs, lifestyle videos. I also have a blog where I discuss literature and other media as text. It's called batul.com. So if you are interested, you can definitely check it out. This is like my first foray into book talk. The video content that I've posted so far has not been book related, but I'm a huge bookworm and I'm trying to get back into it and to really like dedicate myself to the literary world. I decided to kind of do a funny little video for my first one where I am taking a concept that a YouTuber that I watch has done and kind of flipping it around on them. So I am subscribed to Uncarley. Carly is a really fun woman who does like book reviews and just talks about books on her channel.
Hey, so since filming this video and starting to edit it, a lot of time has passed. I've been like really slow at it. And since then, Carly has just recently uploaded a video talking about her mental health struggles. So I just wanted to intervene really quickly and just say that, Carly, I'm wishing you well, and I'm wishing, everybody who deals with mental health issues well. I have dealt with severe depression for many years. I started on medications about 2 years ago. And, before that, I thought I deserved to feel horrible and to suffer every day. And now I'm past the worst of that, and I'm so thankful. And so, yeah, I'm just wishing you well, Carly. Do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. Prioritize your health in all aspects, and just know that I'm rooting for you. So I hope that this video is a little bit entertaining to you, and I wish you well.
And she has this really popular series where she reviews celebrity book recommendations, and she'll pick like 3 of them and like read them, give you her thoughts about the books themselves, and also what she feels like that says about the celebrity who recommended them, which I'm obsessed with. I've been like binging that series and just all of her videos. They're very fun to watch. She's like super approachable, super funny. So yeah, definitely check her out. I'll definitely link like her channel below. And I got the idea to do the same thing to Carly. So basically what I've done is I watched her bookshelf tour and her favorites video. I picked 3 books that are her favorites that she recommends to read and then psychoanalyze her based on. By the way, she has no idea who I am. She doesn't know me, like there's no relationship. I'm literally just a fan. And I just love her channel. It's so fun to watch. She'll choose 3 books that are recommended, usually trying to push herself a little bit out of her comfort zone of reading. And then she documents like the reading process a little bit, like vlogs a little bit of the reading process, and then comes at the end and tells you both her own thoughts about the books and what she feels like it reflects about the celebrity that recommended them. So I'm gonna follow the same format for hers. I picked 3 books to read. I picked Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I watched Normal People, which is the TV adaptation of Normal People, the book by Sally Rooney, and I loved it. I haven't read the book yet, and I haven't read anything by Sally Rooney yet, so I'm really excited to read Conversations with Friends, which Carly claims is even better than Normal People, so we will see. So that's like one that I maybe would have already kind of got into eventually on my own. But then Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. Just super popular, obviously. It's like very, like, it's not like I'm the first person to say this book, but I don't know that I would have originally picked it up on my own. I think maybe eventually, but like it's not on my pressing to be read pile, just because from what I've heard about it, I just didn't know if I would really like it. And then last one is one that I like would never pick up on my own, which is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. So obviously like a classic, a lot of people read it in high school. I never did. I also didn't read The Catcher in the Rye, which Carly also likes, but like she said, it was like more of like a teenage read, like a teenage favorite and nostalgia. So I stuck with The Great Gatsby. I will be reading that as well and letting you guys know what I think. So yeah.
What's up? I am at the park. I was sent ahead by my family so that I could get us a good spot because this park fills up really quick. And I was like, yeah, I will go like 5 hours early because I get to read. So I brought my Kindle, I fully charged it, haven't used it in so long. I'm starting Norwegian Wood. I have my gluten-free chips, And these are aged white cheddar lentil chips. I'm not sure if I like these or not. So, yeah. I'm on page 37 of Norwegian Wood. So far, the book, like, it's an enjoyable read, but the main character, I forget his name. Is he like a sociopath or what? Like, the way he describes human emotion is like he's an alien. He's like, what is this? I'm like, okay, I don't know, like, just we'll see what this develops into. I'm curious. Currently on page 39 of Norwegian Wood, and so far there have been no description of boobs. I'm disappointed. Everybody led me to believe that there would be a boob description every time a female character came up, so I don't know, we'll see. What's up, guys? So I'm back to conclude this video. I did finish the 3 books that I had picked out for this video that were Carley's favorites that I read to psychoanalyze her. Let's just go through them and see, like, what does this reveal about Carley? You know, what do I now know about Carley from reading these 3 books that she said are some of her favorites? Okay, so Norwegian Wood, interesting read. I do feel like it was a little bit out of my comfort zone. I would have normally, like, I probably would have eventually gotten to reading something from Haruki Murakami sometime eventually, because I just know that, like, he's a presence in, like, the genre of contemporary fiction, so I would have gotten to him, but I don't know that I would have been, like, really pressed to read his books just because of, like, what I've heard before about how it's, like, very male writing. I did enjoy reading it. Like, the characters were interesting, what was happening was interesting, the writing style was really interesting. Didn't find it, like, super overwhelmingly, like, a male perspective. Like, I found that it was, like, still pretty interesting as a read. It took me a while to get through, though, just because there wasn't super, like, a really strong plot running through. It was, you know, mostly character driven. I think that I struggled to relate with any of the characters. Like, none of them were very me, so it was just like I was just reading about other people. I wasn't reading anything about myself, so that's kind of like the struggle that came in. So I'd rate the book like a 7 out of 10. Like, it was good, it was decent, there was nothing like super off-putting about it, but it's just not something that I, like, really connected to. But about Carley, I would say that this shows that she thinks about life, she thinks about her relationships with people. I think that maybe a lot of her understanding of life is understood and driven through relationships with people. I don't know, like, could be wrong. The second book that I read for the challenge is Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I haven't read any Sally Rooney before. This was my first intro to her written work. The writing style and the writing itself was really good, and you got a lot out of it. You definitely understood Frances as an unreliable narrator. Like, you understood that the way that she was interpreting different, like, things happening with her relationships with people were maybe not how the other person was intending them or understanding the interactions. So that was really interesting. That was a really cool aspect of the book. Again, I did not relate to any of the characters in this book. Like, there was no character that I was like, oh yes, like, this is me, this is my experience, you know? Like, it was just reading about other types of people than myself, which is still interesting. Sally Rooney, from what I've seen from Normal People, the TV show, which, you know, is an interpretation of the book, and then also Conversations with Friends, is that Sally Rooney probably deals a lot with sexuality and with relationships and how we define ourselves through those things. The commentary about sexuality was really interesting. The commentary about friendship was really interesting as well. I found the relationship between Frances and Bobby definitely to be the most interesting aspect of the novel, even though for a large portion of it, it was kind of like the backseat while Frances dealt with Nick. But really, you saw that basically, like, she was exploring other aspects of life through her relationship with Nick, but she was coming back to Bobby as, like, a touchstone. I think that reflects my experience from a friendship perspective. Like, you know, like, your friends that you've had for, like, I have a group of friends that I've had for more than 9 years. We're, like, super, super, super best friends. Like, I would consider our sisters. And, you know, when you make, like, I'll make, like, a new friend or introduce to someone new, but then I come back to them even to, like, analyze and to assess those new relationships. I use them, like, as a sounding board for that type of stuff.
What would I say about Carley based on this book? I think she also probably thinks about human sexuality and what it reveals about us and what it says about us. The last thing that I read was The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger? I don't know. I never read this in high school, so I was interested to read it because like so many people have read it like in high school and either did like it or didn't like it. You know, it's not like a universally hated high school classic read. Some people really enjoy it, so I was really curious to read this one. I enjoyed reading it. I found some parts like really funny. I found Holden Caulfield's voice really funny. I got through it pretty quick, but it was because I wanted to finish for this video. Otherwise, I kind of was like, okay, like I don't really... What's the point of any of this happening? Especially like he never ended up freaking calling Jane or talking to Jane. Even though I felt like he was really like... I felt like he was building up to that the whole time. Anyways, like a couple days after, like yesterday, I found myself thinking like, you know what, people really are phony as hell and it really is depressing. Like Holden has a point, you know, like the acts that people put on, the things that they pretend to be to get something or to like, it's depressing. It's disturbing to like realize that about the world. I do a pretty good job of surrounding myself with people that I feel like are genuine and are like not phonies. But sometimes you're in an environment where you're like all of a sudden around people who are acting like that, who are acting like phonies, saying, you know, what they think is gonna get them attention, approval, whatever. And it's like, it's pretty depressing, I'm not gonna lie. He had a point there. What would I say this says about Carley? Well, she said that it is like an adolescent or like teenage like favorite of hers. Like she enjoyed reading it when she did read it, when she first read it. This says that she's definitely gone through teen angst. You know, she definitely had like a little phase of teen angst and rebellion, which I think it kind of fits in with what I have taken in about her, which is that she has a critical lens that she analyzes the world through. She cares about things that are more than just surface level and materialistic, and she tries to present herself genuinely, which I think you can see through like her vlogs and stuff. Like she doesn't really put on an act. She's definitely like, you know, like private about some things and, you know, chooses what to share, but I don't feel that she puts on a face in her YouTube videos, which I appreciate. So yeah, so overall my assessment of Carley through these 3 favorite books that I've read is that she is an intellectual. She thinks deeply about the human experience and what it is we're here to gain from life. And I think that relationships are a really important thing to her. And I think that she values relationships as meaning making and things that like teach her in her life. That's my assessment. I hope Carley sees this video. Carley, let me know if any of this is right. It was really fun to do this. I really enjoyed this challenge because it did force me to read outside of my usual comfort zone. I hope, Carley, that you are flattered by this, not creeped out. Let me know what you guys think of these books if you've read them. Hopefully I'll be making more book content as well as more just like lifestyle vlogs and things like that. I have a bunch of vlogs like saved up that I still need to edit and post, so those will be coming. We'll call those throwbacks, and then I'll do some recent stuff as well. Let me know what you thought of this video, subscribe and whatnot, and I will see you around next time. Bye!